Alrighty, what's going on, motherfuckers? We are here with Cameron Branch and Daniel Delby once again.
Hello, I'm quite refreshed. Said no one ever.
We're both exhausted.
Yes, I'm exhausted because I just travelled for a week with my daughter by myself, and
I'm hungover from Miss Universe last night. I supported Taryn at Miss Universe.
Oh, yep. It was good. Just a quick little filler catch-up episode. We talk footy.
Yep. Footy, Perth Comedy Fest, Thailand, books.
Oh, favourite books. Even how we keep what's the word? Motivated?
Yeah. As you say it, so motivated. But shout out to Branchy for helping us out, providing lots of booze on the night of Up and Joke. And,
yes.
If you haven't tried it yet, hit us up and we can put you in touch. Otherwise, when you see it out, give it a go. Support us. Support those who support us, to quote Buddha.
Yes, and we're also, you might hear a few ads through here now, but that's how we make money. So if you don't want to hear those ads anymore, do go to the Patreon, because we're going to be putting those full episodes up ad-free.
Yeah, which I think we're about to say.
Yes,
now.
again in the episode, and for the Patreons, you will also get to see us record the ad.
Yeah,
that you might hear at some point through this
quality acting
about the 5 or 6 different takes.
Yeah,
sick.
All right, let's get hard.
Welcome to Hard Yarns Podcast.
I am fucking fat.
Anything Chris White says, please disregard it.
5D is actually a state of being. It's a unity consciousness.
That was Hard Yarns with me, Frankie Rose. So I'm going to throw it over to your co-host,
Daniel Delby.
And Cameron Branch.
I would do this and then I'd gong.
Free in attendance for the millions listening at home. Let's get hard.
Perfect. All right, that was good, though.
I like that better.
Yeah, that was the best one. That was us. It feels weird being Sally.
Yeah. We can even clip up, because we're starting the episode now.
There's an extra little 11 minutes for Patreons. They can hear us try and
read the ads.
But
that's good because it's behind the scenes as well. So we've started our pod right now. Yeah, we've started.
Yeah, we started.
So we just recorded an ad for Spotify for podcasters, which is basically how we do our. I just learnt that's how we do our our podcast. And when I say we, I mean Branchy. So we've put up all the different readings on Patreon. So yeah, if you hear an ad halfway through, that's because we've cracked the analytics. We've cracked the analytics to have them on.
It's good they hit us up. They want to, and we like. I don't want to be that podcast that you're just full of ads and stuff like that. But at the moment, we're trying to make a bit of money, and I think the listeners get that. Yeah,
we've just had a look at some places for the new studio as well. So
I like that one in Balcatta.
Yeah, we haven't even spoke about that. But yeah, if you don't want ads, I think what we're going to do, we've almost decided it, that we're just going to upload the episodes on Patreon without ads in it.
Yes.
So give you an option to play straight from Patreon.
Yeah, so no ads. The whole episode will just go up every week on Patreon anyway, regardless of it being a bonus or not, and then you can listen to the whole thing seamlessly.
Because I think we get $13 for 1,000 plays. So
Ish.
if we can get one Patreon every 1,000 listens, days, it's $5.
That'd be fun. Yeah.
But yeah, man, we checked out the Balcatta place, which I think is the winner at the moment. Otherwise, we've got 2 rooms in Vodafone Australia's office, but they're a bit small.
Yeah, it's a bit small.
We'd have to set it up like a radio station.
But just like Vodafone, it would be cheap and nasty.
Yeah. And bad reception.
Probably worse quality audio.
Yeah. But the Balcatta one looks cool, but there is someone leasing it, so hopefully. So shout out to Fish. Thanks for the hookup.
Yep.
And his name's Michael Uvo.
Yeah. West Perth fan.
Yeah.
Good man.
So it looks cool.
If you're wondering why we don't have a guest again, just like I've been over in Thailand, just had a bit of a rest. Got my you know what's hurting, Delby?
Your bumhole?
My jaw.
The lady boys?
My jaw.
Oh yeah. Mine hasn't come, man.
My jaw's the size it came as I checked the mail this morning when I got back from Thailand.
I reckon I've been scammed.
Maybe you got a better one. Because my one hurts, hey.
Yeah, someone's seen a dog's chew toy and gone, I'm going to make that for humans.
Yeah, mate.
It's just a human chew toy.
It's already sore, man.
Yeah.
It's real. Like my jaw.
Lady boy.
It feels like I have been mung and box for fucking 48 hours. I'm really like around this area. I hope it, like, I had a bit of a shave.
He's pointing to his mandibles, guys. And
Yeah.
mandibles are the cheekbones just near behind the ears joint.
I had a shave
Well, mandibles actually the whole bottom bit. But
to try and, I didn't take a pre-photo. Maybe I should take a pre-photo and post-photo.
Yeah, do it.
I'll do that. But I had a shave to do that and I didn't take a photo for some reason.
Bro, my side-on angle from Regal that I got is horrific.
How was that? Before we go into time?
Yeah, it's good. Really good.
That's good, man. Solo show at Perth Comedy Festival.
Solo ripped it. I got to watch the video back. So shout out to John Wing as well. I just messaged him. I was like, hey, man, reckon you can come press a button for me?
Oh, good boy.
So I gave him some coin, bought him some drinks.
That's twice he's been involved now. Up
Yeah.
and joke. He's
So,
good, John.
Yeah.
And he's pretty good at comedy as well.
So yeah, I just needed, because that's what I got to buy, a camera that lasts longer than half an hour,
Yeah.
because it's fucking so depressing that it cuts off after half an hour when you're doing hour spots.
Well, you can, but you'd have to get the next level up.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Or you could get
I'll just get a video camera.
could get a video camera, which would be cheap. It won't be as good quality.
Yeah,
But it'd be
something that's going to not fuck up in the spotlight, basically. Because the spotlight is the thing that the GoPro fucks up on.
Oh, yeah.
So
I can help you find something like that.
yeah, cool. But so I did the gala Wednesday. On Patreon, I did like a little self note. It's a 15-minute. I was just really happy with myself. So
I seen that.
yeah, I didn't have anyone.
I
to
didn't
share it
listen,
with.
but I seen it on it came up as a notification.
It's a good ad for Patreon. eh?
Yeah, I don't listen. It's fucked. I don't listen to your stuff. I don't know why.
I listened to, I said to you earlier, the Legacy episode that you just put up with me and Legacy.
Yeah.
Fucking funny, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. Like, I know it was me, but just watching.
Yeah.
Because I forgot what we spoke about.
Yeah.
Oh,
Legacy's just fun.
Yeah, he's a ledge. But yeah, so Wednesday I did the gala. So it was, the big names were Danny McGinley, which was Western Bulldogs. He's the guy that writes the comedy for Western Bulldogs. Helen Bauer, apparently. She's done live at the Apollo. And then the big Aussie name was Dave Thornton, who I became mates with over the weekend. He was a fucking legend.
Besties.
Yeah. He was like, we were talking footy before the set, and he's like, man, it's so refreshing to be able to just come in and talk footy in the arts, you know?
It doesn't happen, hey?
Yeah, never, man. So that was cool, but
That's why I get along so well with Squirrely.
yeah, even Cam.
Yeah.
But the gala was, as the patrons will know, the gala was good. I only had 5 minutes, and there's a countdown clock, which was super helpful.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's just off to the side.
And you can
You can see it.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So I tried not to pay attention to it till I felt like I was
Getting
about
close.
4, and I was. It was in my rap, but I literally just did like 1 or 2 quick jokes that didn't hit as well as I wanted. And then as soon as I started talking to, his name was Chris, the riffs and everything from there just was like bang,
Sick.
bang, fire.
Perfect.
But like the punchline that I was relying on, I fucked it up because the number 1 rule of Fight Club is
Don't tell anyone about Fight Club.
don't talk about Fight Club, right? So his movie he chose was Fight Club, and Brad Pitt was the actor, which I hate when they do that.
Yeah.
But I did a sick line I haven't done before. I was like Brad Pitt, I'll do bad things to you like Brad Pitt in 7. I'll invite 9 other guys and we'll have Ocean's 11.
Clever.
And then the next one, I said like something like, yeah, I got the right stuff. I'm going to damage you like we're in Fight Club. And I said, the next thing is, and this is the shit, what happens between us, we won't talk about it.
Oh, great.
No response. So I was like, this is going to be the crusher.
Yeah.
Nothing, because people are dumb. And I should have set it up better. But then I had to do in song, that was a Fight Club reference. and that made it funny. But I was shitting myself on the inside because I was going to close on that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, fuck. So as I'm going, that was a Fight Club reference. I'm like, fuck, how can I make it funny? I've done all my punchlines.
Yeah.
And he worked in IT. And then I just went, so Chris, I will never ignore you. My little IT guy, I want to internet explore you. And then that popped it.
Perfect.
So I had like 20 seconds left.
Oh, perfect.
So yeah. Then I thought he was a comic, but
and then you promoted the podcast, obviously.
Not on stage. Nah. Well, I wore my podcast shirt to Whitford's Brewery on the Tuesday, and
cool.
Danny McGinley's like, "Whose pod's that?" I was like, "Mine." He's like, "You're wearing your own shirt?" I was like,
Yeah, that's why I never wear it.
I was like, I just thought it'd be funny coming to Buddha's gig, but I also wanted to promote the pod.
Yeah.
But like then the boss guy George, he came up after and he was like, "That was really good, fantastic."
After the gala.
Yeah.
Yeah, sick.
Well, I said thanks.
Yeah.
And then he said, "You're in, or you're on the list, or you're in."
Yeah.
Well, yeah, something
Yeah, I
like you're
remember
either
you
in or
messaging me.
you're on the list. I think he said you're in, maybe.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, sick."
You're in the mix or something. Or,
On the list, maybe. But yeah, so I don't know what it means, but maybe I misheard him. Maybe he said you're on with Chris, who was the guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a good rush. That was a nice little spot. But you know what? Like after doing Up and Joke and building our own audience, like having 800, like doing a theatre was dope. But I think I prefer doing sets to your people.
Yeah.
To your own audience.
Yeah.
You know, it was definitely wicked though.
100%.
And then
That crowd though we had it Up and Joke was just fire.
Yeah.
They just were ready for everything.
Yeah.
Excited.
Yeah.
There'd been such a build up to it. They were ready.
Yeah.
Like it was just. Yeah, I said to you this morning, that's my favourite set I've ever done, and that just letting that the crowd use their imagination for that 7 to 8 seconds.
The whole set.
Oh yeah,
Just imagining it's funny.
It just felt good to be able to do that, and it felt good because I had the confidence.
Yeah.
Because I felt like it was our crowd.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like,
Yeah.
and Reaper's crowd obviously, but like the crowd was there for us.
Yeah. Then I did like my solo, but I started to lean into the freestyle. So I did 4 different styles of freestyle.
Ooh.
The M1 got fucked up.
So you're doing more of that in your solo.
Yeah.
Sick. I didn't realize that.
Yeah. So I did Love Song. Started with Love Song, like almost immediately, like 2 minutes in.
Yeah.
Win them over. And then did pickup lines. So pleased to meet you, but I made a pickup line.
Yep.
After my rejection stories. And then Red Flag Girl, which is becoming one of my favorites now.
Yep.
And then I've created a new one where I try to do a couple's wedding in 2 minutes because I'm the celebrant. So it's guerrilla marketing as well, telling them I'm a celebrant.
Yeah.
Finding out their love story and then making up a song about how they met all the way through to when they got married.
So does having more raps in the solo make them pop less?
No.
Or didn't affect it? Cool.
Because they're all different. They're different styles.
Yeah.
So they've got different.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's
so
good.
It's cool. But then like I had a worst date and biggest ick story box as well. So that let me riff. And then Red
Sick.
Flag Group. So yeah, it was fucking cool, man.
Sick.
Really cool.
That's good.
And then since last week, I think we haven't spoke. I've got Teacher Comedy Night in Brisbane.
Oh yeah.
I don't think we spoke about that on the
Nah.
pod. So if we got any Brisbane listeners, I'm coming over on June 29th with Mac Shane and Legacy.
That is my birthday weekend.
Oh yeah, well, come along, come over. Sunday singles in Brisbane, man. I'll hook you up.
Okay.
And Jack's going to be there as well. And then Casey's going to give us Collingwood and Suns tickets.
Yeah.
So we'll probably be able to go into the Gold Coast rooms.
That's a good point.
So
Yeah, in case you get us in. All right. Okay. Let me look at that.
yeah. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Like busy weekend. Then on the Saturday, when I bonded with Mr. Dave Thornton, I hosted the Rechabite show, and like, you know, there's this hell funny comic, Josh Pugh, Pugh.
Sounds very familiar.
So funny, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an English lad.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
got an afro.
We've been suggested to get him on a few times.
Really?
Yeah, the last couple of weeks.
Oh, sick.
Is he still here?
Nah, he's gone now.
Yeah, he.
I'll see him in Edinburgh, so I can do a Patreon.
I was
fucking hilarious.
I
on
seen him at
stage.
Grassroots.
Did he do the robot dick joke?
No, he was testing new material.
Yeah,
so
right.
he like headlined, quote unquote.
Yeah.
But just tested. He went up with a book.
Yeah.
And still crushed.
Yeah, he's fucking funny.
Very good.
Yeah, nice guy as well. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Hughesy actually recommended to get him on while he was here, but I was in Thailand. So
yeah, very polished, very like palatable as well.
yeah.
Very. I don't know what the etiquette is. I really want to share one of his jokes, but I'll keep it to myself.
Yeah.
Because it's about the ick. It's so fucking funny.
But
I hate when people do that. Oh, the joke's great.
Yeah.
And then just don't do it.
Do I look refreshed, Delby?
No.
Because
I look horrendous as well, man. But
I should look refreshed. I've just been to Thailand.
jaw exerciser.
I'm using a jaw. I am fucking wrecked.
Yeah.
If anyone ever suggests to you go on holiday alone with your child, fucking don't. No, it was great. If
anyone suggests have a child,
it was great, but I am very tired.
Yeah.
Very tired. It was good to take her to see my mum and my dad, and take her to Thailand, which was fucking great. She loved it. But mate, simple things like just going to the toilet in an airport is fucked. It's just tiring. Airplanes, even just going to fucking like dinner. Yeah. And by 7:30, 8 o'clock, she's tired. She's 5, so she's not expected to be out there partying. But
wow.
I'm tired, but it was very nice to get away because everything we'd been doing with Up and Joke, with the pod, like
it's funny. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna have nothing to do, so I'll do some reels over there. I was like, you're not gonna do fuck all, bro.
I did two Mitch Johnson ones, those ones that, and
that's it.
I just stopped. I just went, like Whitey suggested to me. He was like, when you go, don't do anything.
Yeah,
I don't do anything. So I just ticked the boxes I needed to for my clients.
Did you do Lena?
No, Lena wasn't there. She's coming back in November.
Where? Perth or Thailand?
Thailand.
Ooh, tell her to go.
I think I'm going to go to Thailand in November. I did message her while I was over there. But I'll definitely go back again soon. But it didn't factor in yesterday, the travel home. Like, because we're 2 hours away from the airport. So it's 2 hours drive to the airport. You get there 3 hours before. So there's 5 hours gone before you even get on the plane. And then it's another, it was like 16 hours of travel yesterday with a 5-year-old. So I'm fucking flat. Yeah. But it was on the other side of it, so great.
I bet Steph was stoked that she had a kid-free week as well.
Yeah, it was her weekend as well. I took her over a weekend. But Steph was shitting it. Like,
why?
Well, I would be as well. Like, you're taking your kid away to another country without you. Like, there's just all those anxieties. If Steph was taking her to Bali, I'd be like, fuck, send me photos. Like,
yeah, right.
So I did that. A lot. Her and Steph's mum just sending them photos of Scotty the whole time, just to make sure they knew she was safe and she was fine and having fun.
I need a proof of life.
Yeah, basically. But it's a big thing, I guess. You're taking your kid away to another country.
I'll experience that in about 8 years.
Yeah. Do you know what my thing was? The plane ride was it.
What?
Like
your stress?
No, just that one. Yeah. But that one thing would be like, if that was the one plane that had a crash and she was on it with you. Like,
at least you fucking... at least you don't have to deal with the grief. That's someone else's problem.
I don't know why that went through my head.
Yeah.
That was it, the plane rides. Everything else was fun. She loved the motorbike, the scooter.
Motorbike's more dangerous than a plane.
The beers.
Beers?
Yeah.
Changi?
Chang beer. She liked Chang.
What?
Chang. I like Chang. She kept on trying to get, but I give her apple juice.
Yeah.
Is that bad parenting?
Nah.
So, because she'd be like, I want my beer. So I'd give her apple juice.
Modeling poor behaviours.
Is it?
I don't know.
Is that what do you reckon? Because
they don't know. She doesn't know what it is until she's older.
She was loving it.
When she realises that's why she's getting beaten. Then that's why.
Best thing, she's a fucking fish, man.
Yeah.
Like I've always known she can swim pretty well because I take her to the beach constantly. But
you're always at fucking swimming lessons.
Swimming lessons and stuff. But man, we're at the deep end of the pool, and that's a pool like I can't stand. Like I'm probably a foot below the surface if I'm standing on the floor in that deep end. So fucking deep. And she's diving to the bottom.
What the fuck?
I was throwing her rocks and she's diving to the bottom, picking them up, playing fetch with my kids.
Yeah. Off you go.
Go get
just
it.
having the beer.
Yeah. I was sitting there with a beer, throwing rocks into the deep end.
Throwing rocks.
And she'd fucking, she'd just go and...
who needs fucking Lego and who needs PS5 when you got a rock and a pool?
And iPad.
Speaking of diving deep, Jade McCraz. She's just come back from doing
like a month and a half.
Dude, she's a 59 metre free dive, bro. Or 57 metres on one breath. fucking nuts, bro. I don't understand the desire for it, but she's crushing it.
59 meters.
Yeah, on one breath.
So what? Like,
So I think that's 50. I think it was 57. So down and up. So really, it's like 114, but on one hold,
so
one breath hold.
59 meters must be.
I'd actually like to get her on because she's super smart. She's helped me with my back. She's OT and she does freediving like at world elite pace. So it should be an interesting guest.
Yeah, fuck. How would you get your lung capacity? So how long would 59 meters regardless
I think it's like 8 minute hold, man. Because you got to slow on the way up as well. You can't ascend hell quick.
Fuck.
So, yeah.
Fuck, man.
Not so. Anyway.
You'd have to take it seriously as well, hey, because it'd be super dangerous.
She's over there specifically for it.
Yeah, because she was there for like 6 weeks or something, hey?
Yeah.
Maybe longer.
Left, March, February, I think.
Yeah, I remember she like put something up saying she's
February,
going for a long
March.
time, and I was like, "What the fuck, man?"
Just to hold your breath.
So is that because the course? Yeah, the
it was
course
to train with
long?
the elite, one of the elite freedivers in the world.
Wow.
Was there, and he or she handpicked Jade.
Wow.
To train. She was like, I want you because she saw the potential.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fuck, not bad.
But
yeah, we'll get you on, Jade.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting. But what else? Fucking, we got Studio, Thailand, Comedy Fest.
Yeah.
Footy, West Coast are fucked.
Oh, mate. Like, what do you do there if you're West Coast? I feel like now.
I think we've been, sorry, you go.
Well, I just feel like now I almost don't want to hit up any West Coast players to come on. Not because they're that bad. I feel like they'd feel this pressure of talking about how shit they are. Like, I feel bad.
Yeah. I think we've had it too good for too long.
West Coast?
Yeah. So, like, for 25 years or 27 years, or hang on, 36 years, 87 was when we entered the competition.
Yeah.
So they're my age.
Mm-hmm. We've been
for 34 years, we've been good, man. We had one season where we were a bit shit, nowhere near as bad.
Did we finish the bottom of the ladder?
I think it was bottom or 7-8. Then the next year we played grand final and lost to Hawthorn.
Was that 2015?
So 14 we were dog shit.
Did we finish bottom in 2014?
We either finished bottom or second last.
Or pretty low.
Because we didn't have a number one pick.
Wow.
So we had number 2, so we were second last. We had Nick Nui.
Yeah.
So I think we picked him.
Yeah, because Jack Watts went to Melbourne.
Yeah. So, like, I'm not fast, man. Like, yeah, we're uncompetitive. We're getting spanked. But whatever.
Yeah.
Fucking, we've had a great run.
Yeah.
There's going to be times where we're shit. You can't always be good.
Yeah. And they're
look at Melbourne, man. Their whole club was fucking horrific until Paul Roos took over.
Yeah.
For eons.
So does that mean they potentially need a new coach?
Nah. It's so dumb.
I agree.
It's so dumb. Like, you get a new coach, you've still got the same players. Makes no difference.
I agree. I think they should keep Simpson, and I think for me, from what I can see, he's a great coach. But sometimes it is just really it is nice to have that refreshing start. Like, I loved Todd Gurley, and I only had him for 3 years, but then getting Bill was fucking like this new breath of fresh air, like having a new coach. And then after a while, that got stale. It does become stale, man. Like, so how long has he been at the club?
10 years, maybe.
Simpson. Wow.
Well, he came in 2014. We were on the bottom, and then, or 2013 maybe, and then 2014, and then the next year was
that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So
wow,
yeah, 10 years.
So maybe he is getting stale. Like, but not him. Like, not his game styles. Like, I'm sure evolved.
Well, you can see what they're trying to do when the Eagles have got that fast handball. It looks good. Yeah, but the problem is, like,
don't have the cattle.
We got nothing. But also, like,
as well as fucking 48 injuries.
I think,
and they're not even soft tissue.
Yeah,
they're like, there are some soft tissue and
soft
some
cunts,
but like, there's broken fucking bones.
Weak. Yeah, I think, like, if I was ever to be an AFL coach, I would just let the players just fucking play, man. Like, I know you're about roles and stuff, but fuck, bro. Like,
I think there's a
within reason.
I think I like the happy medium.
Go get some freedom and, like, fucking play.
Well, look at
let the boys play.
Let the boy watch. Do you like the way Collingwood's playing?
Awesome. So that's
now they're structured. Yet let them.
Yeah.
Like there's a structure, clear structure there.
Yeah. It's
you
obviously
you can see at the exit of every stoppage and
yeah.
every contested ball,
blocked everything.
there is a player everywhere.
Yeah.
On each side. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that works, but just having someone there defensively or offensively is going to be fucking awesome. And then that sort of like free rolling sort of.
Yeah, the structure's dope.
So there's probably a bit of both.
Yeah.
Eagles are trying to do a similar tactic, but they just don't have the
Simpsonella.
Yeah, they don't have the cattle.
Yeah, but fuck. Everyone knows what's happening there. We don't have to go on about how shit it is.
And Dimmer.
I'm glad.
Retired.
Yeah.
Or retired, stepped away.
Stressed. Well, so did Clarkson right before Indigenous round, ironically.
What? So, what are you reading to about?
I was talking to Thornton about this actually, but I won't repeat what he said. But I mean, I think whatever's happened it's been dragged on. It's gone too long. I honestly think, and this is a straight white guy, but Jeff Kennett's initial comment that sparked it all off to Cyril's missus.
Mm-hmm.
You know how I wear ripped jeans and it's like the style?
Yeah.
He pointed that out as a joke, right? It was like, oh, I can get you some jeans without rips.
Yeah.
Because he knew it was fashion.
Yeah.
And then that...
Is that what it was?
Yeah, that was taken as it was a rip on being racist and poor and having the jeans fixed.
Oh, my God.
So I feel like...
What?
But that must have been the
the camel,
last
the straw that broke the camel's back.
But
Okay,
something as simple as that, like, that's a very inclusive statement to ignore who they are and just talk about fashion. So, but again, I wasn't there. I don't know.
I now think I've realised why Max didn't come on the pod as well while they were here in Perth.
Why?
Max Bailey is their general football manager of Hawthorn. There's a
I
lot
didn't
going
want to talk
on.
about it. Yeah.
So probably wouldn't want to be talking about that sort of stuff. That makes sense now. Feel bad, the two clubs that are fucking going through it at the moment.
Hawks
I know
have got
both the footy managers pretty well, Max Bailey and Gavin Bell.
The Hawks have got such a better list than West Coast. I'm a big fan of what Sam Mitchell's doing there.
Yeah. But this is the thing. In 3-4 years' time, Hawthorn's going to be a fucking powerhouse again.
He's doing the Ben Darwin theory from Swanee's podcast.
So I don't know what that.
It's literally, he goes, why would we want to play like Melbourne? Because by the time we learn to play like Melbourne, Melbourne have changed their game style, and everyone's figured it out. He's like, we're going to play like us,
and when everyone's
in 3 years' time, they're going to be trying to play like us, and they're going to be behind.
And we're going to have 3 years of practicing that. Yeah. Yes, it's so smart, and you can see that the Eagles are trying to do that, but unfortunately, they just
don't have the players.
And that's the issue that the Eagles face is they're starting this good new attacking style, but in 3 or 4 years when it's starting to take off, those players that they've learned it with are all gone or not good enough, and they're going to be delisted and changed out with new players. I can't
tell you a player between 20 and 26 on the Eagles list that I think is good except for Jermaine Jones. Like Oscar Allen, great. Jimby, first year, awesome.
Do you think that you like Jermaine Jones only because...
He's fast, run and gun. He's a great kick.
I don't think he plays in the full strength side if they're the best, if they're good enough.
I think he does.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Their side, he does.
He takes Elliot Yo's spot.
I think he does in their side, but I think in most AFL, like high quality AFL games,
well, he hasn't been given the opportunity.
Potentially.
So,
but do you reckon
you don't get 30 touches in an AFL game if you're no good?
No, that's true. But do you think, if he was to be in any of those top 5 or 6 teams, he'd be getting a game?
Or it depends who the other back flankers are. But yeah, if he was playing the same role, for sure.
Potentially, yeah.
But I think that, how old's Duggan? 26 maybe?
Yeah, he's in the...
So anyone younger than Duggan and over 20 on the Eagles list, I couldn't name one of the guys that I'm like, that's a great...
Barras? How old's Barras?
I think he's 25, surely.
Yeah. So Barras is a keeper.
The last
Duggan's a keeper. They'll be your sort of...
Before Oscar Allen's draft, the last 3 drafts, what have we got? We got fuck all, man.
Oscar's great.
But we got fuck all in those drafts.
Yeah.
Bro. So...
But...
They're all fucking fill-ins, bro.
Fuck.
Like we've got Greg Clark, we got Westy.
Greg Clark and Westy, like I love them both. I love West, fucking good mates with Westy, but like obviously
I need help.
Yeah, it's like they're the sort of players.
Petrocelli, what's he doing? He's fucking, he's trash. You know, so
he's fast.
So what?
Yeah.
So
these are the sorts of players that they benefit from having that high caliber players around them, and then they can do the little things.
Yeah,
like
but now they're the main guys. It's
really hard to step up into that. Like,
whereas you look at
you're asking Connor West and Clarkey to be senior players when they were both. Are they both mid-season
they're only
drafts?
in their first. Yeah, they are. Yeah, and they're only in their second year or second year each.
Yeah,
got Clark's first, Westy's second, right?
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I mean, but you look at Hawks list and fuck me, man. Mitch Lewis up the front. You got fucking Dylan Moore. You got Jai Newcomb. You got Connor Nash, who's come on.
So 2 to 3 seasons.
Got Will Day.
And you'll be like, we don't want to play them.
Yeah. Carl Amon, Jamin Impey, Sam Frost, Sicily in the back line. Even like fucking Lockie Bramble, Josh Weddle, the new guy, Josh Ward, Harry Morrison. All these guys are like these young guys that are fucking dope, man.
You know how there's expectations at seasons, of like the start of the season?
Yeah.
And I've seen this thing where people were like, who are like their report cards.
Yeah.
And they gave Richmond, like, were the biggest disappointment, and so were Eagles. And I was like, what were you expecting from both those two teams? I was not expecting anything from Eagles.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone was.
No.
And then add in their fucking injuries.
Yeah.
Everyone was sort of picking them for sort of like,
well, it's when you look at their list. When you look at their list and the players, like on a full fit team, you're like, fuck, we should be better than we are. So even Sydney are going through that right now. So there's something more tangible than just a playing list, which is what Ben Darwin talks about. I looked at the list, Kangaroos versus Sydney's lineup. I was like, they're going to win this game by 150 points. The Kangaroos should have won.
I think the pendulum is swinging from just it being your cattle to, I think, your game plan, your style, your coaching is actually having a far bigger impact than it did 10 years ago.
Yeah, I don't know. It's such a strange thing. Like sport and psychology is like
structure and role and game plan. I think is it's that happy medium, like Collingwood.
Yeah,
it's a happy medium. You've got the structure, but you've also got the like take it on, play. And I like that from him as well.
Yeah.
Which is, I think it's half-half.
Yeah.
I think it's always been, for the last 20, 30 years, been weighted towards who has the best players on the field is going to win.
Yeah.
And I still think it does still weight towards that. But I think now it's getting closer to the coach's influence and the tactics. He's actually having more of an influence on games than he used to. Do you think?
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know, man. I feel like the AFL is changing this year. There's too many teams, which is diluting the quality anyway. But
yeah, I've not watched footy for 3 weeks.
I only watch it to bet on. So otherwise, it's a fucking pretty average game these days. I'm glad Ballard, that what's his name, got off.
Yes.
Fucking Van Roon. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad he got off.
Yeah.
Fucking that's a win for football. But this has been stuck in my head since you said it's so hard to go to the toilet, and I like to do random topics. Where's the strangest place you've ever had a shit?
Where's the strangest place I've ever had a shit? Where is the strangest?
Or like, what's the most horrendous place you've had to have a shit?
Most horrendous?
Yeah. I remember I got PTSD when you said that. I was in Bali and like had barley belly, but I was on the bus going to go whitewater rafting or canyoning.
Yeah.
And we stopped at this random like canteen fucking in the middle of the jungle.
Yeah.
And there was a squat toilet out the back. And I'd never used one before.
Mine's exactly the same.
So I had to figure it out, man.
Yeah.
And like to flush it, I had to pour water, but I was like, what the fuck? I felt gross. There's water everywhere. You know? That was horrendous.
That's mine, but Thailand.
Yeah.
Like on the way to go to a ferry.
Yeah.
Like the ferry was the jetty or the dock.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck it was, a bit of wood floating on some water. And needed a shit.
Yeah.
Had the belly or whatever it was.
Yeah.
That was
sucks, Have you ever shit your dacks and had to ditch them? Or had no toilet paper and had to use your undies and then ditch them?
Maybe.
I have a feeling I've done that somewhere, maybe Bali or
I don't know.
at a pub somewhere when I was younger. I think I've been there and there was no toilet paper. I love how I turn into MacGyver as well. If there's no toilet paper, you figure out how to turn the toilet roll into toilet tissue.
Do you find you do that?
Scrunch it up so it goes from cardboard into
paper. Yeah. Do you find
fully innovative?
You do that
resourceful.
Do you find you do that in a lot of situations?
What shit?
No, just have situations like if I was stuck in this situation right now, this is what I'd do to get out. Or whatever.
Right. So I put myself in MacGyver's?
Okay, I was on a plane yesterday. I'd probably at one point go, what would I do if the plane started going right down? Like, I'd probably be able to get out of it by holding this or whatever. Yeah. Or if you're in a riot in the middle of a city, what I'd do is I'd go over there and do this. Or if a tsunami hit, I'd go to there or something. Do you always run those situations in your head and try and MacGyver how you'd get through?
Yeah. Most of the time I'm like, I'm just dead. Yeah, I'm like, if there was an apocalypse right now, I'm like, fuck, I'll be dead within 7 days. Because I can't hunt. I can't fucking, I'm like, man, I'll be dead.
See you later. I reckon I
just know what I do. If I was I always watch I Shouldn't Be Alive. I'm like, fuck, if that was me, I'd be dead in 2 days. I would give up. I'll be like, I'm thirsty. Fuck it, man.
So you come with me and I'll look after you, thinking that I know what I would do, but in reality, I'd be dead as well.
Yeah.
But apocalypse, what would you do?
All those movies. If I was in I Shouldn't Be Alive, the doco would just be called How Delby Died.
I would let's say
apocalypse. What would I do? You said
apocalypse, as in the internet's got shut down, power's all gone down, everything's fucked, everyone's panicking, everything's gone.
Do all the drugs I've got.
What the fuck?
And then just end it.
How would you survive? What's your go-to plan?
Man. What do? I go find the biggest, toughest guy I know, and I do like Channing Tatum in This Is the End. I just give him a leash. I'm like, do what you want. I don't know, man. You need a gun, so. But there's no way I can get a gun because I'll be going to a farm to try and find a gun and they'd be telling me to fuck off with their gun.
That's a good point.
So
I'd be going to a farm. Either I'd go to Albany, my uncle's farm, middle of nowhere. He's very resourceful. He's got his water tanks and stuff like that. Or I'd go out to York with the Gordons, my mates out there.
Yeah.
And just go out there. He's got his guns.
Or I'd go fucking rare. I would steal as much shit as I can from IGA.
Would you be a looter?
Fuck oath, bro. Fucking oath, man.
That's actually a good one because it's a real reality, and it's probably we've seen-ish what can happen in COVID when they the lockdowns and stuff. If there's a point where you're like, oh, this is a reality where you actually need to go.
Yeah.
You need to go get some shit. You're not just one of those fuckheads panicking buying toilet paper. Like, holy shit, things are fucked up. How do you loot? What do you do?
I get a fucking big ass knife and I go there and I just take everything I can.
Yeah, knife.
You get a big knife or a bat.
Because guns are no good, hey?
Well, not.
Who was it? Who was telling us?
There was a shooting up in
Turox, yeah. I think it was.
My brother said he heard the gunshots in Butler.
I think it was Squirrely was saying. It was like when police officers do their training or something and they practice the close hand-to-hand combat sort of stuff. The person with the knife always, quote unquote, wins. Yeah. So even if you're within 5 to 6 meters, the gun, you won't be able to get the gun out and fire it quicker than someone can stab you. Yeah, which is why police usually shoot people with a knife because they're far more dangerous than you
Speaking
anticipate.
Of which, that fucking man, I'm pissed off at everyone being outraged at that cop for tasering the old lady. So she's dead now as well.
Oh, fuck. What happened?
She was coming at him with a knife.
Why?
So he tasered her.
What? Okay.
Who gives a fuck, man? If someone's coming at, I don't give a fuck if you're 95 or if you're 20.
Yeah.
If you're not, just because you're 95 doesn't mean you can't stab someone. My mum works in a nursing home. She's like, the most brittle old ladies with dementia attack you, man. She bite you and shit. And everyone's like, oh, he tasered an old lady. Who gives a fuck? She had a knife and she was coming at him.
Fucking hell. Holy shit.
Now she's died.
I've missed all this.
She's died and she had dementia, which makes it worse. Because fucking, you don't know what she thinks you are, man.
Oh, yeah, good point.
I'm like, what's the outrage? Fucking, he tasered a threat.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, what would you prefer?
Just because she's old, you're ageist.
Would you prefer? Well, not prefer, but like, fuck, if he was to get stabbed by her.
Yeah. Just because she's old doesn't mean you could fucking... My granddad's still strong, man. Like, grip strength is still a thing.
Well, I don't know anything about this story.
He should have just hit her with a baton.
Just whacked the fuck out of her.
Yeah. Well, she died though.
Really?
So, yeah.
That's sad.
Well, she's 95, man. She had a pretty good innings.
And she had dementia.
Yeah.
Is that putting her out of it?
I don't know. She shouldn't try fucking come at dudes with a knife.
Yeah.
Now, if it was a butter knife, sure.
My jaw is really sore after this Joss Delby.
Fuck, mate.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
Yeah.
What else has been going on?
I
haven't seen Guardians yet.
Yeah, well, we'll go check that out.
Reviews are in as well.
Yeah.
Best Marvel movie
Gotta be
since
better than fucking Ant-Man.
best Marvel movie since Endgame or something. So
Ant-Man 1 and 2 was so good. Number 3 sucks, bro.
yeah,
I watched Beef on Netflix because a few people said to give it a go. I haven't watched the last 2 episodes, but yeah, it was okay.
Oh, I watched the McGregor doco
Yeah,
series on the plane ride over, 4-part series.
yeah,
It's pretty good, man.
yeah, right.
Have you seen any of that?
No.
McGregor Forever.
No.
Fucking pretty good. Follows him since, sort of like touches on past history, but that first documentary that, have you seen the first documentary?
No.
First documentary's sick. Follows him from fucking no one to winning 2 belts in 2 divisions.
right.
Fucking epic. And then even in the credits shows him fighting Floyd Mayweather and stuff. And
That's pretty cool.
But then it sort of follows from there-ish until when he broke his ankle.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. You get to see behind the scenes what the fuck happened with his ankle and stuff like before. And he had...
Before the fight?
Yeah, he had bone bruising.
So it just weakened and snapped.
The doctor was sort of like half trying to suggest that it didn't have anything to do with it. It was still just a freak accident. But like literally the point in which he was getting treatment on for...
Same bit.
Like, I think 2 months prior to the fight is where it broke.
Okay.
So there was a reason. Like he had deep, because he was practicing, because in the fight prior to this one, he got done with calf kicks.
Yeah.
So he was training hard for that. And in that process, he got bone bruising in his ankle and then bang.
Yeah. Fuck.
But it's pretty interesting to see his mindset change through different fights.
Yeah.
He went to mature.
Yeah.
And it was really good to see him as that mature, graceful sort of fighter who's just doing it for the art form. But then you could see, and they were showing how his mindset changed. He lost to Poirier in that fight, and he was too kind.
Yeah.
So he changed back to being a cunt.
Yeah.
Didn't have his wife and kids with him.
Yeah.
It's very interesting to see behind the scenes, and I know it's made by, like, it would have been approved by McGregor and all that sort of stuff, so it might be a little biased, but it's pretty interesting to see, like, his mindset, him snap, go away from what he should be doing, what he knows is right, and then he comes back to it and looks at things upon reflection. I kind of like him for it. I know people hate him. I fucking like him.
The whole bus thing was a bit silly, but...
And it follows through all of that, through his loss to Khabib, and it also follows through him talking about his brain snap and the ways he could have handled that way better and stuff like that, and him on reflection looking on that, which is why he went back to being graceful and kind, and not kind, but showing a lot of respect to his opposition for the next 2 or 3 fights.
Yeah, but it's more fun when he's a dick.
Yeah, 100%. It's so much more fun, and people missed it, and people liked that.
You do fucking Norton.
Yeah.
You do fucking Norton.
Yeah.
Let's finish with a random topic, eh?
Oh, yeah, okay.
And if it's dog shit, we'll just fucking...
Yeah, it's better to talk.
I've got to go and get... I got to go give Matt Storer my quiz stuff. He's going to do that, Steve.
Apologies for that.
And no, it's all right. And then I've got a Disney quiz coming up, guys, if you want to go June 22nd, if you like Disney Pixar.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was your favourite book as a child?
Okay, you give me an age bracket.
Well, let's do between Well, I was
Okay,
reading when I was like 1.
Yeah,
So,
like let's go like
between-
primary school and high school.
We'll go primary school, high school. Yeah.
Okay, primary school was a
Actually, go first half of primary school,
oh,
second half, and then high school.
first half wouldn't fucking have a clue.
I've got one specific, so you go. Yeah.
I'll just remember primary school would have been a Goosebumps book.
Yeah.
And it was the brain one, the big brain or the blob or something.
The slime one. Or the
No,
blob.
it was, on the front cover, it was
Green blob.
It might have been the brain that ate everyone or something like, or the blob or that ate everyone.
Okay.
Something like that. That was my favourite. I read it in like a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, Goosebumps.
Yeah.
And then high school, I read the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Wow.
What
a loser.
Took a fucking long time, man.
The second book was what's the longest book you read? The second question. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Mate, it took a long time because it was condensed into the one whole book, the 3.
Is that because everyone kept beating you up every 3 pages?
No, it's actually really good.
Yeah.
It's I would read it again, but it took me so long, man.
Fuck that. I already know what happens.
Yeah, but there's so much more details in there. The only thing that I really found frustrating about reading The Lord of the Rings was they're singing it. I have no idea how they're singing. Like they put the singing words. So there's a lot of singing in The Hobbit and a lot of singing in the Lord of the Rings. They don't really do it too much in the movies because it becomes a bit campy and it probably doesn't translate very well. But it's a big part of Lord of the Rings, and so like every chapter there's someone singing a song, and you're like, I have no idea what key they're singing in. I don't know what they're sounding like. This could be the shittest song ever, and it's just like sometimes it doesn't rhyme. I have no idea.
That's why I walked out of Les Mis because the songs didn't rhyme on the West End. I was like, I fucking hate this, man. They're like, we're walking down the street, we're walking to the side of the road, instead of like beat the obvious thing, you know.
And also, the use of the word gay was...
For happy?
Yes. Abundant.
Yeah, right.
And
abundant gayness.
When you're 8 years old, when you're in year 8, year 9, when you're like, oh, you fucking fag, oh, you're gay. Yeah. Like, gay was that word. Yeah. And so, like, changing my mindset of what that word meant whilst reading a book. Oh, we had such a gay old time with him. Like, it was
if you read Lord of the Rings, you are pretty gay.
What was yours? Primary school?
Dude, there was one called, I think it was called Ben's Pockets or Benjamin's Pockets. It was one of the little Golden Circle books, I think.
Mm.
Or, there was a series of, I can't remember, like, I think it was Golden Circle or, I remember specific. It was about this kid who had fucking heaps of shit in his pockets. And, like, he's walking, like, from school to home or something.
Yeah.
And every stop, someone needs something and he's got it in his pocket. I was like, I fucking love this guy's awesome.
Yeah.
Someone got hurt, he had a Band-Aid in his pocket. Then like there was a dog and he had string for a leash.
Yeah.
So I've tried to find it again as an adult, but I can't.
I love that nostalgia stuff, hey, when you try and find that stuff.
So that, and then in primary school, I read the whole Goosebumps series. Like I've still got it. I've still got every single book from Goosebumps.
Yeah.
And then probably in high school,
is the blob that ate everyone? Is that one?
I think it was one.
Yeah.
And then high school, I still kept reading Goosebumps, but
I did like Night of the Living Dummy.
Yeah.
Night of the Living Dummy.
Yeah. I liked the fucking plant one was annoying.
Did you like Choose Your Own Scare?
Nah.
I
hated it.
Because I
just tell me a story, man.
Yeah, but also when you would do it,
you go back. You're like, oh.
Nah, but when I thought I'd completed the book and I found something new, I'd be like, "Whoa, yes!"
Yeah.
And it'd keep that would keep me going. But
I didn't like it. It was annoying. Then I think when high school, I started to read more like non-fiction, so like autobiographies. But I read one fucking insane one. I think it's called American Gangster or something. I've still got it. I should give it to you. Fucking nuts, man, about this cocaine dealer who was just a psycho and talked about his time in the Vietnam War, how he'd skin people alive. And
what?
I felt fucking
Is
ill.
this as an adult?
Yeah.
Adult, like, no, you read it as a
yeah.
Yeah.
When I was like 21 and 22.
I think
fucking insane.
I think my favourite book as I've read as an adult was Marching Powder.
Yeah, it's pretty good. That made me feel very uneasy. Just I did the whole time. He's a black dude, man.
Yeah. I didn't
thought he was a
realise.
white guy.
So did I.
Yeah.
But Marching Powder, incredible. If you haven't read that, give that a fucking go.
Yeah.
Basically about a self-running prison.
Yeah. My other favorite book is the Bible.
And then, if I had another real one, if you're going down spirituality one, The Power of Now changed everything for me.
Yeah, okay.
It put me on this path, I think.
Mine was Arnold Schwarzenegger's autobiography.
Oh, motivating me.
That changed everything for me.
What was that? His idea about the 24 hours?
Yeah, you've only got 24 hours in a day, so why just go to work and waste the other hours? He's like, do something in the morning, like if it's gym, or he was learning English, it was bricklaying, then he was like doing promotion for something else and learning a different skill, and I fully embrace that, and that's what got me here.
I think I watched something the other day similar to that about utilising the full 24 hours and separating. You might have sent it to me. Separating it into 3 days within the 24 hours.
Oh yeah.
So I've got an 8-hour day, an 8-hour day, and an 8-hour day, and utilising them as best as possible.
Okay. It works.
And it was very interesting the way that was set out.
Yeah.
Being efficient with your time. Someone asked me the other day. They messaged me asking me how I'm so efficient with my time because I get a lot done.
Wake up early, eh?
Wake up early. I set a to-do list every morning. This doesn't work for everyone, but this fucking works for me. I create a to-do list in the morning as part of my morning routine. Yeah. Even on my to-do list is set the morning routine, and it's like as soon as I finish that, I tick that box, but it gives me that like I've started. Yeah. I put everything on there. I put have a coffee. I put walk the dog. If I need to go for a food shop, I put food shop on there. Yeah. If I have certain posts, whatever I got to do, podcast. Yeah. But if I do podcast, I don't just do podcast. And then I put on publish podcast. Yeah. Do reels. Yeah. Upload to YouTube thumbnails. Yeah. Podcast thumbnails. I'll do everything, every single little tick. And then sometimes you'll tick off like 6 in a minute and you'll be like, fuck, I'm on fire. Yeah. And it's motivating.
Yeah. I do the same thing, but I do it on my phone. And when I complete it, it disappears. So then I feel like I've done nothing. I wish it stayed up and was ticked off.
I use notes.
Yeah.
And then you know how you can select the thing and then you tick them?
Oh, yeah. I didn't know that. No.
So you can select the format on there where it puts the
cool.
the little bubble next to it and you click it and it comes on. Yeah, and that really helps keep me directed. Otherwise, I don't know if this is like an ADD thing. Yeah, I feel very aimless. Yeah. Or even if I am achieving shit, I feel like I'm lost.
Yeah, 100. Yeah. Because even when people go, what do you do that? I sat there for 5 hours and worked and I'll be like, fuck.
Yeah.
You know, it feels like I got heaps done. What do you do? And I'm like, I can't even remember.
Is it a bad thing though? That like you feel like you need to be seeing the achievements?
Maybe. Because I don't I hate feeling inefficient or wasteful.
Is that maybe a dopamine sort of thing? Like, hey, I've seen that box tick. That's given me a dopamine release, or?
I think it just means you haven't wasted time, and I hate wasting time.
Yeah, we've talked about this a bit. Hey, me and you hate.
Fucking biggest frustration.
It's so frustrating when you're wasting time and inefficient.
Yeah,
I don't mind it sometimes when it's an accident. It just happens like that. Yeah. It is what it is. You can't be helped. Yeah. But when you know you could have done something a different way or whatever, or it could have been done so much more efficiently.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I need to be efficient before your school drop off. I need to go drop some stuff off to Matt Storer.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to have to book my fucking car in to get its
We'll have an interesting guest next week, guys, so we'll try and learn a bit.
Yes, but this is just not a filler episode, but just something for you to listen to.
I'm off to Karratha tomorrow. If anyone's up there, I'm at Rambler and then at Grand Central Friday, Saturday, and then Disney quiz and there's something else I was going to plug. Fuck, I can't remember.
Mama.
Oh, hello. I can't remember. I was going to plug something else. Fuck it.
Anyway, I am not. I've got something like June 6th. Is that like a Wednesday?
Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to plug. Queensland, Brisbane, Teacher Comedy Night. Yeah.
Oh.
June 29th. Yeah. I'm over in Brisbane. So I'll be there for a week touring.
Cool.
I'm on at Sit Down Comedy Club and Sunday Singles and Teacher Comedy Night.
Cool.
And then July 5th for the Perth one. So it's already like 33% sold. So jump on.
Sick.
Yeah, June 17th, West Perth Footy Club.
Oh, yeah, so June 17th, the West Perth Footy Club Comedy Night. That's going to be good. It's me, Squirrely,
Who's Rhyme?
Who's
Daniel
Rhyme, and Xavier. That's gonna be good. Then there's also I think I'm at Port City on the 6th. I think it was the 6th. It's like a Wednesday night they do theirs, I think. So Port City.
Cool.
Thanks, Chris.
Chilo.
For that, my friend. You're quite
All right. For the open mic spot, eh?
quite all right. Yeah, just a 5-minute little spot down there. I don't really know that place, but it's cool to do new rooms, so that'd be quite nice.
Quite nice. In the car park off the dock.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too hard. Get a few laughs out in the car park. That'll be good. And I don't know. Is there anything else?
Subscribe to the YouTube. Jump on Patreon.
Nearly
if
there,
you
man.
want.
Nearly there.
Yeah.
I think we've got enough subscribers almost now. So.
Sick.
I had fun with this.
See you next week.
All right.
Well, I'll speak next week. You listen. I won't see you.
All right.